أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد صدق الله العلي العظيم. I'm going to be speaking in English if you guys don't mind. I could also translate in French or in English if Google Translate. Yeah, we'll open that right over here. So today I'm going to be talking to you about teeth, not specifically teeth, but about oral health in general. And you guys, it's informal. You guys could stop me at any time. You guys can ask your questions at any time, anytime it comes up. You don't have to wait till the end. There's going to be a segment in the end for questions, but feel free to ask at any time. So we're bombarded with images of the perfect smile. What is the perfect smile? Hollywood has a certain smile, a certain look, and nowadays people more and more they want to have that kind of look. But is that what's ideal? Is that what we should be going for? And what can you do at home to be able to get your smile as good as possible? I'm going to go through a few things about why a smile is important. So this is a hadith from the Prophet that said one day he was asked about charity, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, "Charity is prescribed for each descendant of Adam every day the sun rises." He was then asked, "From what do we give charity every day?" The Prophet answered, "The doors of goodness are many, enjoining good, forbidding evil, removing harm from the road, listening to the deaf, leading the blind, guiding one to the object of his need, hurrying with the strength of one's legs to one in sorrow who's asking for help, and supporting the feeble with the strength of one's arms. All of these are charity prescribed for you." He also said, "Your smile for your brother is charity." So in that case, he was talking to the man, but obviously for women, for your sisters as well. So why else is smile important? Because قلت من البداية إنه راح أحكي بالإنجليزي، بس إذا تردونها ما أقدر أقولها بالعربي بنفس الوقت. فبالبداية بدينا شوينا عن ليش الابتسامة مهمة. فبدينا ويا حديث من الرسول صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم اللي هو قال إنه هو how do you say charity؟ الصدقة مهمة على كل واحد، ولازم كل يوم واحد يعطي صدقات. فواحد سأل الرسول من شنو نعطي صدقات، يعني قصده إذا مثلا إذا فرد واحد ما عنده أو شنو شلون يقدر يعطي صدقات. فهو قام يعدد له الصدقات اللي واحد ممكن يسويها، منها الأمر بالمعروف، النهي عن المنكر، وواحدة من الأشياء قال ابتسامة لوجه أخوك المؤمن هم صدقة. فهاي من أهميات الابتسامة. وهذني أهميات غير أهميات. So the other benefits include first of all, it's clean. So I mean, we all wash ourselves, we all clean ourselves, so it's important to be clean, and one of the places you have to be clean is your mouth. فواحدة من الأماكن اللي مهمة إنه واحد ينظف نفسه، هم ينظف حلقه، إنه الحلق من النفس. Another thing is that smiling makes us attractive. I see a lot of patients that come in that are sort of mentally handicapped, that they're just they don't really care about their smile, right? But the parents insist on us, fix their teeth, and they don't have a clue what's going on. And then when you ask them why do you really care, they're like, because they're treated differently when you take them to their daycare or to whatever. They're treated differently based on how their appearance, and if they have a nice smile, they appear to be more normal, so they're treated better. Smiling changes our mood as well. So if you're smiling all the time, you have no choice to be happy. It's contagious. So this is part of what Aristotle was talking about when he was talking about energia. He says that there's certain energies that are transmitted between people, and one of them is happiness, and a smile can transmit to another person. And this is at the subconscious level. So even kids, if one of them is smiling, the other is more likely to smile as well. So it's not something that we think about. It also relieves stress. This goes back to the mood. So probably because of your mood's happy, you relieve stress. So what are the components of the teeth? Okay, you have the teeth, you have the gums. Yeah. أحسن شيء واحد يفكر إنه أول ما يقعد من النوم إنه هو كان ميت والله اضطر روح مرة ثانية يبتسم. So the mouth is composed of teeth, gums, tongue, and lips, or it's actually composed of more, but to simplify it, that's what I'll be speaking about. And among the things, these are the things that can go wrong. These are the most common things. So we'll speak about them. For the teeth, you can get cavities. So I don't know if everyone's familiar with cavities, seen cavities, but it basically looks like what you see over there. It's a cavity is in medical terms is a hole. So when a tooth has a cavity, it has a hole in it, and the hole is because of bacteria in the mouth that create that hole. أول شيء نريد نحكي عن الأسنان بالحلق. والأسنان إذا واحد ما يفرجهن ممكن يحصل التسوس، وهذا التسوس نشوفه أول صورة هنا. وهي شنو التسوس؟ مجرد أنه مثل حفرة بالسن. فعادة أكو الجراثيم يبدأ ياكلن السن وإلى أن يسوون مثل حفرة داخل السن، وهي هاي نسميها التسوس. اللي هي بالإنجليزي cavity اللي معناتها حفرة. So another thing that you can get is staining. Staining obviously you get due to coffee, due to smoking, a number of other factors. And that's what's important to come to the dentist regularly to remove all the staining, because sometimes brushing alone can't remove the staining. The gums, بالنسبة للثة أكو هنا شوية صعبة إنه واحد يشوف، بس هاي اللثة شوية أحمر من بالعادة. فهاي يسموها جنجفايتس، ما أعرف بالعربي شنو اسمها. وإذا واحد يخلي هاي الجنجفايتس مدة طويلة، ممكن العظم بالسن يبدي يقل. وهذا العظم نشوف هنا انه بين الاسنان العظم عاده هنا يوصل ونزل لحد هنا، لانه ما نظفوا اسنانهم. فهذا التهاب باللثه.
شنو علاج؟
هذا يصير شلون؟ يصير لانه اكو جراثيم بين الاسنان، وهذين الجراثيم يبدا يرحن باللثه. فالجسم يبدي انه يريد يقاوم ضد هذين الجراثيم، فيبدي يسوي انفلاميشن، وهذا الانفلاميشن ياكل بالعظم. فاذا لازم نوخر الجراثيم، يعني السورس. التفريج والفلاسنج هم، يعني الخيط. اي اي اذا اكو شويه دم يطلع باللثه، معناته انه اكو انفلاميشن، يعني اللثه ملتهبه. فلما تشوفين اكو شويه دم يطلع، يعني هذا المكان لازم تحاولين تفرجين وتسوين بالخيط اكثر اهميه، لانه هذا المكان بيه جراثيم اكثر من البقيه.
يعني اذا واحد عنده ثلاثه ايش قد لازم يفرج باليوم؟
هي مو قصه ايش قد واحد يفرج، لازم واحد يفرج زين، لانه
يفرج زين ايش قد؟ اكثر من العادي؟
لا نفس الشيء. نفس الشيء، بس لازم يجي يشوف طبيب الأسنان أكثر من العادي، لأنه هو طبيب الأسنان لما يسوي التنظيف راح ينظف كل الأماكن اللي مثلا واحد نسم منطقة أو شيء، هو طبيب الأسنان راح ينظفها. That's what we call periodontitis. It's basically gingivitis but with bone loss. Next thing, tongue. So the tongue is a source of a lot of bacteria as well. It actually stores a lot of bacteria, and a lot of people get bad breath because of their tongue. So you can get bad breath because of the cavities. You can get bad breath because of bacteria in your gums. You could also get bad breath because of your tongue. So if you don't have cavities, and if your gums look decently healthy, and you have a lot of bad breath, chances are it's because of your tongue. So among the suggestions is a tongue scrape. اكو ناس يحسون انه اكو ريحه مو طيبه بحلقهم، واذا ما عندهم مثلا تسوس بالاسنان وما عندهم التهاب باللثه، معناته انه اكثر الاحيان انه لسانهم بهواي جراثيم. فهاي فرد شيء بسهوله انه واحد يقدر يحصل مثل هاي يخليها على اللسان العفو، وينظف اللسان مالته. هاي بيعوها $1 بالفارماسي. The last thing I want to talk about is lips. The lips are also part of the mouth. It can get dry, it can get infected like anything else. So what you see over there is just basically dry lips, and over here is a fungal infection of the lips. And this is usually caused by a number of different things. One of them can be excessive drooling or saliva that comes down from the side. So, how can you avoid all of this? Brushing and flossing, most important thing. I know there's a lot of things on the market, but the basics are brushing and flossing. And I know flossing isn't very popular, but the way I feel it, 20 years ago, brushing wasn't very popular, and now it's a staple. You have to brush. Except people sort of think flossing is, I can or cannot, but flossing is just as important. And one day it's just going to be the same thing as brushing. In terms of other things like mouthwashes, like all sorts of other things, you can or cannot do it. The water picks and all those things. Those are what we call adjuncts. They're things that you add on to these two. Okay, they don't replace. So you can't say I use mouthwash, so I don't need to floss. Doesn't work. I know in the commercials they say, brushing and mouthwash improves whatever, Listerine commercials, but it's not true. You have to brush and you have to floss. Brushing, there's a technique for it. When you brush, you see how the bristles are aimed towards the gums? So you aim it towards the gums and you make circles. And when you make circles, you have to make sure to brush your gums as well as your teeth. So it's not just one or the other. فمهم إذا واحد ما يريد يحصل التسوس وما يريد يحصل التهاب باللثة أن يفرشون زين. وطريقة التفريش مثل ما تشوفون هنا بالصورة، الفرشة الأسنان لازم شوية تكون تجاه اللثة. تشوفون شلون هيك مثل تجاه اللثة، ولازم تسوون دويرات كبيرة، وهذني الدويرات لازم تفرش اللثة والأسنان، مو بس الأسنان، لأنه هواي ناس بس يفرشون الأسنان وتظل اللثة ملتهبة. وبالنسبة للخيط هم نفس الشيء، لازم واحد يسويها، ولازم يسوي بين كل الأسنان، وحتى آخر سن لازم وراء آخر سن هم تنظفوا. والطريقة انه كأنما واحد مثل ما ينظف اي شيء مثلا بوصلة هيك، يلزم من جهة وجهة ثانية وينظف بين السن. تشوفون هنا الصورة، يخلون الخيط بين الأصابع اثنين هنا بالنص، ويستعملون الأصابع هنا مال يأشرون على مود يدفعوها بين السن. ولما تدفعوها بين السن لازم واحد سن الدفو. فمثلا تشوفون هذا أنا بس قاعد ينظفون هذا السن وبعدين يطلعوه وينظفون السن الثاني. ف when you're flossing, why else is smile important? Because أني عفوا قلت من البداية انه راح احكي بالانجليزي، بس اذا تردونها ما اقدر اقولها بالعربي بنفس الوقت. فبالبداية بدينا شوينا عن ليش الابتسامة مهمة. فبدينا ويا حديث من الرسول صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم اللي هو قال انه هو أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. صدق الله العلي العظيم. I'm going to be speaking in English if you guys don't mind. I could also translate in French or in English if Google Translate. Yeah, we'll open that right over here. So today I'm going to be talking to you about teeth. Not specifically today. The Prophet answered, the doors of goodness are many, enjoining good, forbidding evil, removing harm from the road, listening to the deaf, leading the blind, guiding one to the object of his need, hurrying with the strength of one's legs to one in sorrow who's asking for help, and supporting the feeble with the strength of one's arms. All of these are charity prescribed for you. He also said, your smile for your brother is charity. So in that case, he was talking to the man, but obviously for women, for your sisters as well. So teeth, but about oral health in general. And you guys, it's informal. You guys could stop me at any time. You guys can ask your questions at any time. Anytime it comes up, you don't have to wait till the end. There's going to be a segment in the end for questions, but feel free to ask at any time. So we're bombarded with images of the perfect smile. What is the perfect smile? Hollywood has a certain smile, a certain look, and nowadays people more and more, they want to have that kind of look. But is that what's ideal? Is that what we should be going for? And what can you do at home to be able to get your smile as good as possible? I'm going to go through a few things about why a smile is important. So this is a hadith from the Prophet that said one day he was asked about charity, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, charity is prescribed for each descendant of Adam every day the sun rises. He was then asked, from what do we give charity every